All right, guys, welcome to a new Five for Friday. I am here with you on a hot Friday afternoon. I hope that you're all doing well out there, staying safe as we head into the dog days of summer. Speaking of summer, we're going to go into some movies today, uh, mainly focusing on sports movies. This is a topic recommended by Coach K at practice the other day. So, like the recommendations I've been getting from other people, decided to go ahead and take a shot at this. And if there's anything I am good at, it's ranking bad things, and that's why we're ranking the top five worst sports movies of all time. I will tie in a spoiler alert here at the beginning. These are going to be spoiled for you because I have to talk about how absurd most of them are. So if you are planning on watching any of these movies, and the most recent one is probably from my senior year of high school, I hope that you would have seen them by now, because otherwise, I don't think you're going to look these up on Netflix or wherever they are at this point. So we're going to start with number five. We're going to start with basketball, and that's a movie called Eddie. It starred Whoopi Goldberg. She was a taxi cab driver in the movie, and she eventually somehow becomes the general manager of the New York Knicks. I think it was because she drove the owner of the team around and was talking about the Knicks, and he decided that she would be a good fit for running the team. Now, in the movie, they do have success because of her out of the box thinking. But if you're a New York Knicks fan, you would know that um, essentially you would think that they have been run by a taxi cab driver for the past, I don't know, 20 years with the way they've been run. So a lot of people would probably think this is a real life thing, except in this one, the Knicks actually succeed in the end, which we know in real life that's never going to happen. Number four, switching to baseball. The next three of these are baseball movies. Number four is The Fan. This came out in 1996. It had Robert De Niro and Wesley Snipes in it. You would think that with names like that, it would be a really good movie. Have some quality people. It is definitely not. Uh, in the movie, Snipes plays a player for the San Francisco Giants. Uh, During the course of the movie, a teammate of his gets murdered. This will come into play later, but Snipes' kid is in the ocean. He's drowning. De Niro comes and saves the kid. Snipes thinks he owes De Niro now. He's taking care of him, and De Niro becomes the psychotic super fan who basically works his way into Snipes' life. Uh, Through the course of the film, De Niro goes as far to kidnap Snipes' son and makes him promise him to hit a home run. He'll let him go. And then De Niro even dresses up as an umpire through a game, stabs John Kruk. So it's absurd. It sounds absurd. It totally is. So if you want a movie to laugh at that's supposed to be serious, go watch The Fan. Number three, more lighthearted movie. It's Summer Catch, starring Freddie Prinze Jr. and Jessica Biel. Freddie Prinze is a top high school pitcher. He's going to the Cape Cod League, which is one of the premier leagues in real life, where a lot of the high school players and younger college players will go to compete with each other. A lot of college teams will go scout there, and pros will scout too. So over the course of the movie, Freddie Prinze falls in love with Jessica Biel, who lives nearby. He's mowing her yard. He needs to make money during the summer. So falls in love with her. Your classic, something happens. It's basically the entire story of a Lifetime movie. If you've seen one Lifetime movie, you've seen them all. But something happens. She goes to leave his game. He is pitching a no-hitter. It's late in the game, and he decides, you know what, I'm going to give up this no-hitter and go chase her down before she leaves. Just totally absurd. I think he left in like the bottom of the eighth inning. Like, you could totally stick around and pitch and still be able to catch her. She's going to catch a flight. She'll be there at least 2 or 3 hours trying to get boarded. So Just totally absurd movie. Moving to number two, it's a monkey playing baseball. It's Ed. If you've seen Ed, um, it's a monkey playing baseball with Joey from Friends. That's I can't go any farther. Number one, we're going to the Air Bud series. All right. So if I were to tell you that there was an athlete that could play every sport and play it at a high level, you would think, oh my gosh, this man or woman must be one of the greats of all time, with like a Red Grange or a Bo Jackson. What if I told you it was a dog? Yeah, it's a dog. Um, it it's just hilarious. I went through the plots of all of these with my AP class. We had some downtime one day. We just started looking through it, and no doubt, in every movie, um, the same line is uttered, and that's the fact that somehow, some way, they magically discover that Air Bud can play all of these sports and at a high level. It conveniently ties in with whatever sport is being focused on in the movie. Air Bud is good at it. It's um, the biggest plot loophole of all time. Just that he just magically can do all this. So if you made an Air Bud doctor movie, he probably would cure cancer, just magically, not because he has any skills or anything. It's because he's a magic dog that can do anything. Um, so Air Bud, the entire Air Bud series is ridiculous. It's a dog doing all this. You can't get past it at some point. If you make one Air Bud movie, great. Ha ha ha. It's a dog. He can do tricks. He can play a sport. Okay, but we've got an entire series of it. And to this day, I can only imagine that there's other Air Bud movies locked away somewhere of him doing all kinds of other stuff. So I hope you enjoyed our top 5 this week. Again, if you have any recommendations, any suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. Please like, subscribe so that you get notified anytime I post these. And have a good rest of the week. And we will see you next Friday.